basic things that you should know about Excel. There are many things that you should know about Excel, but this class I'm going to focus on just limited things. How to format cells, how to apply borders on cells, um, how to um, how to format text, underline, bold, italize within the cell, how to apply superscript, subscript, how to mark cells, how to hide columns, how to unhide columns, how to hide rows, how to unhide rows, how to freeze rows, how to unfreeze rows, how to freeze columns, how to unfreeze columns. This is a very, very important topic because it talks about the basics of Excel. Now let's go to Excel work and let's do some practicals. Okay, let's go. So we're still going to make it up with our Excel sheet. Now let's say we have the cell. Yeah, this was ABC was sales company. Let me shrink the cell. Let me just make it a bit smaller. Okay, let me make it a bit smaller. Let's say I want to put more values. You understand? Let me just type create company. Okay, it's just a what? Case scenario. Create company. Then you create the text value. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. Okay. Let me just say I want to include what? Merge these two cells together. How do I do it? So simple. How do I do it? The first thing you should do, there are just three steps. If I like the cell, you right click on format cell. From format cell, you click on merge cell and click on go to. You can see that it is merged. Very, very, very easy. Yes, and the reason why you need to match it because it makes the alignment proper. It makes the spacing of your text within the cell. Actually, Excel was designed for numeric value, but you can also do basic editing also. Next, another thing you can do, if you want to now shrink it back also, you can also right click, go back to format cell, from format cell, uncheck the match cell and click on what shrink cell and click on OK. So you can see the cell is what has been shrink back. Now, the next thing that how do we hide those? You understand? Hiding of those is very, very easy. Let's say I want to hide this one that has this what header is on cell 3, you right click, from right click you see what hide what row. So it disappears. How do you unhide row? There are two ways of doing this. You can either say go click on this. You can see where the cursor is. You right click and you will see unhide. So that is very, very easy. Let me do it again. Let me hide this row. I come here, I right click, I click on hide. So it's hidden. Normally if I press Ctrl Z, I don't want to press Ctrl Z. So I right click on what hide. You can see if I want to unhide, I click on my cursor here, right click and click on unhide. So simple. So now we've done the first thing, how to hide them. How do you unhide those? Now how do you hide columns? You know, Excel is majorly composed of rows and columns. Let's say we want to hide this column that has what? Sales. It has more values. You click on what is on the airport column, you right click, you see hide here. So it's no more there. If you want to unhide, same process, you put your cursor at the middle, you right click, you see unhide. You have to put it very well, right click, see what's unhide. You see unhide. So okay, when it's on, you see have to like what expand it back to it. So this is how you unhide. So the process of hiding and unhiding is very, very easy. Unless you want to delete also, you right click you want to delete. Okay. Now, another basic thing you need to know that how do you format text. If you look very well in the slide that said you need to apply what border here. How do you apply border here? Find to yourself. So there's a border here already because I've applied. But let's say I want to remove the border. I come here, you see no border. You have this option. There's no border. There's a border here. I say no border. Border application is very unique in Excel because you can do it in different ways. Let's say I want to apply a tick border here. I can go to what? This is the tab for border. So you can go to a border, tick box border. If I want to remove the border, then I press Ctrl Z or I go here. Let's say I want to apply, then press Ctrl Z to remove the border. Let's say I want to put a border that will just upper on the top row, top border. So click here. You can see a border there. Let's say I want to apply a border on the bottom. for the lower part. We check here, right, left, bottom border here. This is what I need. I want to apply it to the left border. I want to apply to the right border. Yes, so this is how you apply what border. It's so simple and so direct. Now, what's the next thing we want to talk about? We want to talk about how to apply, how to format text now, okay? How to bold it. Like, if I want to bold it, normally I can either put it, this text already bold already. Let me really bold. Then press it. But if you want to bold it, you can press Ctrl D. If you want to color it, there are two types of color. You have the text color and the color. This is the text color. Can you see? If I want to, let's say I want to make it red, so the color. If I want to make it blue, there's an blue. This is our blue. Yes, and yeah, if I want to make it yellow, you play with it, yes, but no, yellow is not okay. But let's say I want to make it put like a brown color here. This is, now, if I now want a fill color, this is the word cell fill. Let's say I want to use something here, I'm changing to here. I like this color. Yes, yeah. So you can what? So this is how you format what cell text. You can see we change the text color, we change the fill color. Are you there? Let's say we want to underline the text, you understand? No, just like MS Word, you have the underline key, you can press underline key, or you can press Ctrl Z and use Ctrl U. That's about shortcut. You can press Ctrl U. Can you see? Let's say you don't want it, and then you can also press what Ctrl U to remove it. If you want, or you go to the tab here, you see and click on it, so it has gone. So you can press on the Ctrl U to apply underline. You can also click on it to remove it also. So that's so simple and so direct. Another thing that you can do, because we're talking about basic things today, if you want to italize, that you want it to be slant like this, you can press Ctrl I. Can you see slant? See that? Can you see the difference? So to italize it, can you see slant? So italics is just another way of representing your text. Now, what else again we want to talk about? How to format bold. We've done this number 3. How to apply superscript and subscript. Yeah, this is very, very fun. Let's say we have H2O. H2O is water. Yeah. Now, if we want this H2O to be at the lower part, you highlight it. Then if you check very, very well, you see superscript and subscript. It's very hidden, but it's there. Let's look. Where is it? Where is it? Superscript and subscript. If you can't find it, then we have to there may be in my course on MS Office, MS Word, I think we will do that. Okay, let's do that since it's not there. Okay, can I okay, let's go to start. Let's type Word from Word. Okay, let's open a new Word document. Control N. Yeah, you can do it here. This is the lower version, H2O. Yeah, let me bold and make it big. We're not doing MS Word, but I just want to make a point here. This H2O, then you highlight. Yeah, then you can see can I see subscript, can I see subscript. It's not so can I see what it does? H2O, the number 2 is the lower part. And also if you want a superscript H2O, if you want the number 2 to come up, you highlight it, you go to what superscript. Yes, so this for this. You can Control C, I can go back to what my Excel and paste it here. Yes. Then I don't want to structure the alignment. Let's come here. Paste it here. So can you see? So this slide, let me do this slide to make it more decent. Okay, this is what we have. So these are the basic things that you should know. Now, what basic thing do we also need to know? Let's come. Yeah. So I've talked about how to mark cells, how to apply superscript. I've talked about how to hide columns. I've talked about how to unhide columns. Well, I've done a lot. I've talked about how to hide those, how to unhide those, and how to free stop things. This is very, very interesting. Let's go to our Excel sheet. Now, this will have actually. And to do this, I have to remove. Normally, let me apply this now. Okay, it moves very well. The first now I have to delete. Let me just move this font to the right side. Okay. The next thing I'll do come here. Now let's delete. We don't need this. Yeah, but delete button. Where are you? Yeah, I've deleted it now. What freezing does is that let's say you have large amounts of data, very large amounts of data. Let me duplicate this. You understand what I'm saying? Let me just duplicate this. I like this. Okay, let me start copy those. Yeah, I'm duplicating. Okay, let me start copy those. Let's see. I'm duplicating this. Let me start copy those. Yeah, if you look very well, can you see that? Just clear the content here. We're doing basic formatting. Come here. Just clear the content here. Okay. After the how to do this one, yes, and how to do normal incrementals. Click on the first cell. Click here. Down. If you want it to be in tools, you can also do it also. Let me clear. Let me clear. This is a diversion, but let me talk about it so you all know. Let me delete this. Let me start type 2 here. You want the incremental to be what? In 2 digits. Click on this cell. Hold your shift. Click here. Then click here. Then drag down. So can you see it's in tools. So it's quite funny actually. Let's go to 1. So let me click back. Shift here. Drag down. Yeah, this is all I want. Yeah, so that's 43. So this is okay. Now, what we want to do is that we want this C. If you scroll down, can you see that you are losing the first two? Can you see? You are losing the first two. Can you see? So what do? I want this thing to be properly just be here. Yes, sir. So I want to freeze the first two. So you highlight first, you go to view. Under view, you now go to view, you see under view, you see freeze pin. Then click on what? Freeze pin. And say no, I don't want this thing. You have to use freeze top pin. So highlight, go to freeze, go to the view menu bar, go to freeze top pull. This is what I want. Voila, this is what I want. Yeah, and this is the perfect way I want. So the reason why you have to do that, if you're analyzing data, if you have like 1,000 rows, 50 rows in your data set, and you want to have a good view of each of the columns, yes, sir, the date, the product, the region, the name, the sales, and cost of good column, you need to have the first two so you can easily identify. Yes, sir. You don't want a situation whereby you have something like this, whereby you have something like this, and you'll be losing the first two. No. You want something to see by you want to see whereby everything is what properly what. Yes, sir. Can see it's quite good at now. Also, if you let's say we have a picture by the number of columns that we have, it's quite what much. So what I will do, let me just extend the columns. I'm not going to add a new column. Let me extend the column. Let me extend the column. Let's say I want to freeze this first column. What do? You see the same method. You highlight the first column. The next thing you now need to do, you go to view. From view, you go to what? Freeze. From freeze, you now see what? Freeze first column. Can you see? Now, if you let's say you want to scroll, can you see? When you scroll from the left to the right, so you can see the advantage now. So this is very, very important. For example, let's say you want to modify large sums of data. Let's say I had more columns. Here I come to see. I come here. Um, start was copied cells. Yeah, this is what we have. This is just a case scenario. Can you see the advantage? So it makes your data properly arranged from the horizontal and vertical perspective. So let's see what we have not talked about. Um, so this is a very, very important topic because I think we have done all the basics, you understand, which now you know how to format text, you know how to match cells, you know how to merge rows, you know how to hide columns, you know how to unhide columns, you know how to hide rows, you know how to unhide rows, you know how to freeze, you don't have to freeze. So Excel is very, very important, very, very, very interesting. We should all try to know all the basics. I think there's something I'm missing out. Let's go back to our Excel worksheet. I like Pascal a lot actually. Now let's make it small. Let's click on to Z, on to Z. Let's make our data look better than it does. I'm just undoing what I've done. So Z, that's what I'm doing. So this is what we have. Okay. Now let's say if you look at this alignment here, you can see you will do some Excel, and I want it to be like horizontal or diagonal. This region. I right click here, go to format cell. From format cell. Yeah, this format cell. From format cell, let's say I want to change the orientation to be able to, I can click on OK. Can you see? This is quite nice actually. Can you see? Yes, even though I can do it from here, but let's see. You can see. Let's go to sales. From sales, you right click. I go to what format cell. Format cell. Yes. Let's go to format cell. From format cell, let's say I want it to also be like this also. Yeah. Okay. Can you see? So it's quite very, very interesting. So this is what I call with the alignment. There are different ways of aligning, but if you come to your menu bar, under the home tab, you click here. There are different ways. You can see we have the clockwise. We have what the rotates. We have rotate alignment. We have what rotate text up. So there are different ways of doing it. You have what else again? You have what the handle. Now, the next thing I would like to talk about, we're talking about basics today, so I have to exhaust it. If you want your work to be like, now this cost of goods, let's say I want the cost of goods to be now is in 2 decimal place. Let's say I want it to be in 3 decimal place. You understand? Okay. I highlight from the first two. You right click, you go to format cell. From format cell, you go to numbers. From numbers, it's in 2 decimal place by default. You understand? Let me go to numbers, it's in 2 decimal place. Let me make it 3 decimal place. Yes, click on OK. Can you see? 3 decimal place. So it depends on what you want. If you want to be only in 1 decimal place, yes, you want this to be in 1 decimal place, you just what right click from right click, go to format cell. From format cell, click on 1 here. Yes, then click on OK. So these are your format text. Also, if you let's go to sales, let's say the sales you don't want any decimal. Let's go to sales then. Let's say we don't want any. If I don't want any decimal. I just want the actual values of the sales. I right click, I go to format cell. From format cell, I click on 0 decimal places. I click on OK. It's quite interesting. Now let's go to the page formatting. I think that's very, very important also. Now you can see you have values in 2020, 2080, 2019, etc. Now let's look at the options that we have. Let's say you highlight. We are from the first to 21st to the 21st. We increase it actually. You right click, you now go to format cell. Now, what are different date formats that we have? Date here. So it depends on how you want it. Now the date that we have here is month, day, year. That's what we have here. Let's say we want it to be in what? Yeah, so this is month, day, year. Let's say we want it to be day, month, year. So I click on this. And this is what March 14, 2012. This is the I click on OK. So can you see? Yes, it looks better now. Yeah. Let's say we want the month to be what to be spelled out like March. And format cell. Yes, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think it's okay that can you see now? This was July 19th, 20th August. It depends on how you want. It depends on what your company wants. So you should have the ability of trying to modify data to suit whatever particular aim. Let's your company wants. Let's say we want a situation whereby we don't want the year to show. We also want highlight, right click, format cell. Format cell, I think there's an option. Yeah, this is it. What is March? So I don't want the year. You only want the year and the month. So modifying and formatting data is very, very important. Let's say you want to show by you only want the timestamp to show. You right click. Yes, one that will show the day, the actual day. Like today is a Tuesday. This is the Wednesday. Yes, so you want the day of the month. You want the day, the month, and the year. Also click on this also. Can you see? So you can modify Excel to suit whatever aim that you want. So Excel is a very, very important topic, and I think I've done proper justice to this topic of interest. So these are the basics of what Excel, the things that you need to know. There are more actually, but these are the basics. Nice talking to you. We are still doing our basic Excel masterclass. The lecturer name is Bashcom, and the company brand is Bashcom Tech Limited. Get Twin Get certified. You can contact us on our number 082652109959. Thank you very much. We hope to see you next time. Bye. This is a very interesting and unique topic in basic Excel. Arithmetic operation involves addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. It is very vital because it is used in majority of all the data manipulation processes in accounting, banking, financial auditing. It is usually used, and for you to know Excel, you have to be able to manipulate and use this arithmetic, subtraction, division, and multiplication functions. The next thing that we're going to make use of this table. Let's go to our table. Let's do desktop. Let's go to our file. This is our Excel file. This is our first table. We're going to make use of this data table, and we're also going to make use of this table also. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is addition. As we all know addition, but there are some basic rules. If you want to add this number and this number, what do you do? First, you have to click on the cell that you want the result. You have to put equal to sign. After that, you put what? Click on this cell. This cell is cell C2. You add, put the plus sign. They are not the plus sign. Then click on the next cell. Then press enter. Voila! That was the addition. The next thing you should do also, let's say you want to subtract 21 minus 9. You click on this cell of interest, click here, 21 minus 9. You press enter. So that's how you work. So 21 minus 9 is 12. And the beauty about Excel is that the results are quite accurate. If you want to subtract do division, click on cell C, cell C4, turn it, division sign, then click on D4, then divide, get 2.75. And also if you want to multiply 7 times 3, click on equal to cell C5, you multiply, press enter. Now let's deal with a more larger data. Let's go to addition. Now this is a case scenario for a company. Let's say we want to do addition. Let's say you have sales of chairs, tables for the month of January and February, and you want to add. First, you follow the same principle because click on the cell of interest equal to sign 16 plus 38. Yes, sir. The first cell is cell D3. The second cell is cell A3. So you can see where the formula is, and you always have to put an equal to sign and press enter. So we have added. This is what 4. Are you there? If you can for the next cell also you can also say what equal to 24 plus this cell and press what enter. So now you can, and the beauty about Excel then is you can drag it down. You can see, and that's how you can get the addition from the first cell to the last cell. It's not proper for it to be adding one by one. No, Excel has been made very very easy for us. If you want to get the auto sum, you can highlight, leave one space, look at this upper part here, click on auto sum. Can you see? You've added all the cells. Yes, sir. From the first to the last. Another way of, if you don't want to do this, you can delete this. You click equal to sign here, the first cell, then you add, click on the last cell here, and press enter. You see there's an error here. What's the error? We didn't do it well. We have to do it again. Come here, you put equal to sign, click on the first cell, then click on the plus sign, and press enter. That's 1 to 7. You can see that even when we did the auto sum, the answer was still 1 to 7. So addition is quite simple. Now let's go to subtraction. This is a very easy topic. You come here, you put equal to sign here. 48, you understand? This cell is cell D3 minus cell E3. You press enter. So simple. Let's do once more again. Next cell D4 minus cell E4. Press enter. When you come here, you now highlight down. So you can see, so subtraction is quite easy. Now let's go to multiplication. Multiplication is quite easy. No, we don't need this answer. We have to do it ourselves. You click on equal to sign cell D4 times cell E2. Then press enter. Then you drag down. So this is how you multiply. You understand? So you click on the first cell, Let me do this one again. You click on equal to, so D5 times, so D4, press enter. Times is what? Shift and 8. Then let's go to division. We don't need this, we have to do it ourselves. The next thing you have to know, you have to do it ourselves. You have to highlight properly. You can take clear content here. Clear content. You come here, it's equal to sign. For each, which is D4 divided by E4, and press enter. Let's do it once more again. So equal to sign, so D5 divided by E5, press enter. So Excel makes it very easy, you drag it down. So the process of addition, subtraction, multiplication is quite easy, and it's something that we should all get used to. It's very, very, very easy. Thank you all. I will see you guys in our next Excel masterclass. Thank you very much.